The following is a tutorial on how to get PTI hardware to work in Micromanager. Copy the 3 DLLs that were emailed to you in the package after unzipping it. Copy these to the clipboard. Next, go into the Micromanager directory and paste the DLLs into this directory. Or just drag and copy here. Now that you have them copied into the directory, you can then launch Micromanager. After you launch Micromanager, just choose None, and we'll be making a new setup. From the Tools menu, choose Hardware Configuration Wizard. We're going to create a new configuration. From the available devices list, scroll down until you can find PTI device. Choose Add. You'll also want to add your camera at this point. I don't have a camera on my system, so I'm going to install a demo camera. Demo camera. And I just want the camera to be selected. Now you'll notice that the device manager has initialized and you'll have PTI hardware. You'll want to click on Setup Device. Choose MCC USB interface and you should see your 2527 board showing with an asterisk beside it saying that it's active and ready. Next, choose the DeltaRAM from the excitation device and make sure that you choose the control channel as RAM position and TTL out 1. Next, initialize your hardware, calibrate it, and see if the shutter opens and closes. You should hear the clunk of the DeltaRAM shutter when you engage this. Click OK and then choose Save. Save your hardware configuration into your Documents folder. Now just to quickly test the DeltaRAM, you can easily type in a wavelength, say Send, and it should say the wavelength was sent successfully. You can move this out of the way now and say Next. We'll be using the default camera as demo camera and the default shutter as PTI shutter. Choose Next, and you'll need to add a shutter open delay. For the DeltaRAM, choose 25 milliseconds. Go through Next, and then give your configuration a name. I will call this PTI, and a directory to store it into. I'll store it into my documents. PTI. There we go. And lastly, say Finish. Now you're ready to start to control the hardware. The first thing you'll want to do is create a new group. Call this group DeltaRAM. Engage PTI shutter wavelength in this checkbox and say OK. Next, select the group you just created and edit the preset. This preset we'll call FTSI. You'll need to type in the wavelength for FTSI. I've chosen 488 for FTSI. Choose OK. Now we'll add another preset. This will be the propydium iodide called PI. Choose the wavelength of excitation for propydium iodide. I'll just choose 545 and say OK. Now we have 2 presets that we've made. Continue with your presets until you've selected all of your dichroic cubes in your microscope. Once you're done this, you're ready to start an experiment. From the Tools menu, go to Multidimensional Acquisition. Choose how many time points your experiment will be. 100 seconds, with the 1-second interval. Down below, select the channel group as DeltaRAM and say New. Now you can add your FTSI channel. Enter an exposure time and a color that you want the image. I'm also going to add the propydium iodide channel. Choose an exposure time and a color. Now if we click Acquire, you can see we have a 2-color image because we had 2 channels. If we only want a single channel, we can deactivate the channel and then we can acquire. And now we'll simply be acquiring the FTSI channel. This is all there is to getting your hardware to operate within Micromanager. For any questions, please leave a comment or contact PTI service at 1-877-784-4349. Thank you.